Let me bring you up to date with some information on the Hyundai construction equipment now, and Todd Johnson is here, and Todd's going to talk about a high-pause system. How you doing, pal?
Real good, Roger. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
And what is this new line that you brought into the show?
Well, the new high-pause system is actually a new hybrid entry, our first fully electronic.
Really?
Our first electronic-driven excavator.
Okay. Now, how have you achieved that? What is it that you've had to do with that piece of equipment to make it fully electric?
Well, there's a couple different components that we've actually used. One of them is a series of poppet valves, which have actually replaced the traditional spool valve. On top of that, we've also used a bank of accumulators to recapture wasted energy off of the hydraulic system.
And what are the benefits to an operator or an owner as far as fuel consumption and that along that line? Is it really that much more fuel efficient than your former machine?
Well, we're still in the early tests of this system, Roger,
Sure.
but we're seeing upwards of 20% fuel savings, even a little larger than that. And then an additional thing that actually has kind of came to light through this system is because we're using poppet valves, we've eliminated the use of the relief valve. So our hydraulic oil is running cooler, which could elongate oil life.
Now, is this another part of Tier 4 and makes the machine Tier 4 or Tier 3 compliant? Is that why you've gone and focused on this type of technology?
It is not anything to do with the Tier 4 technology. That's engine only and
Right.
noise levels.
Right.
This is really to try and get to a better fuel efficient machine, something that runs a little quieter. And at the end of the day, I think we're really, if you look at the big picture, electronically driven poppets will make it a very easy switch out to make it remote control at some point.
What does this do for, let's say, the area of not only consumption, but as far as consumption, let's say this is electric, is it 120 or 240 or what is it?
It's not specifically
self-generated?
It's not an electric machine. It's still a diesel-driven machine
Right.
as far as the work.
But the operating part of it is electric, so it's producing its own energy.
It's storing energy in accumulator valves off of the hydraulic function. So any function, has a reaction of a regenerative stop. Once that regenerative stop happens, we're actually capturing that energy in an accumulator, and then once you recall that function, boom out, cab swing, whatever it may be, we release that energy back into the system.
So I'd be right in saying it's pretty similar to what you'd find maybe on a hybrid automobile, and it's recaptured in the disc brake technology.
That is a lot what it, be very similar to that. But then the
you've adopted it over.
Right. The poppet valve system was what I was referring to as electronic driven,
Yes.
which means that there's no pilot or fuel or cables to the spool valve anymore. It's just a series of 20 poppet valves that each release X amount of hydraulic fluid to the function, so we can control very finely how much oil goes to each cylinder, which again then eliminates the need for relief valves.
This is awesome. Crazy
Fantastic.
technology, isn't it?
It's really fantastic.
That'd be fun for a guy like you to go out and talk about it.
We're really excited.
Yeah, it is.